They never meant to upload it. The accidental birth of all internet memes. Good afternoon and welcome to Hidden History with Frank Strickland. Today's story is set in 1996, a time when the World Wide Web was less than a superhighway and more of a gravel driveway, rough, slow, and mostly empty. Most Americans were still using dial-up modems, and they paid by the minute to listen to that long, screeching tone just to see one grainy picture. It was in this laboratory, this strange, nascent digital world, that a small team of programmers was toiling. They worked for a company called Kinetics, building a sophisticated new animation tool, a plugin for 3D Studio Max called Character Studio. The software was designed to help animators make their digital characters move realistically. The chief architect, a man named Michael Gerard, developed the core biped system, a digital skeleton that could mimic human motion. To test this system, they needed motion files. They had one called Cha-Cha, a jaunty, almost ridiculous little dance file. They also needed a character to slap the motion onto. The model was available from a third-party vendor, a crude, diaper-clad, expressionless baby with giant, unrealistic proportions. The sight of this digital infant doing the cha-cha, well, it made your stomach turn a little bit. It was the epitome of the uncanny valley, simultaneously cute and disturbing. Gerard himself hated it. He thought it was grotesque. But the programmers, Robert Lurie, John Chadwick, they were just testing the system. They created the animation file as an internal demo. It went out the door, slipped into the software package just as a sample file. One of 1,000 little digital scraps nobody was ever supposed to notice. Then, one of their customers, a special effects man from LucasArts named Ron Lucier, found it. Lucier was amused by the bizarre little digital child. He rendered a low-resolution video file, an AVI, and for a laugh, he began sharing it with his colleagues. Email, of course. This was the only way to share a video of any kind. From LucasArts, the file escaped. It was forwarded, it was attached, and it was passed from computer to computer across the very few, very slow internet connections that were available to the average person. Back in those days, if you wanted to put a file on the internet, you had to ask permission. The file was so large, so expensive to download, it should never have survived. But it was converted. A programmer named John Waddell took the video and turned it into an infinitely looping, easily shareable GIF image. This tiny, cheap-to-load file spread like digital gold. People put it in their personal websites. They saved it as their desktop screensaver. It became a cultural phenomenon. It became the thing people saw when they first logged on. They called it the Ooga Chaka Baby, after the song it was often paired with. And in 1998, it reached the pinnacle of pop culture, appearing on the hit TV show Ally McBeal as a hallucination haunting the main character. The show's writers had picked it up because it was already the biggest thing on the internet, a viral marketing success achieved entirely by accident. Michael Gerard, the man who designed the system, still considered it a fluke, a horrifying anomaly. But that little crude bouncing baby taught the world how to share, how to laugh, and how to go viral. It was the beginning of everything you see on the internet today. The accidental creation of the first viral meme, the genetic ancestor of every image macro, every dancing animal, every TikTok clip. It didn't happen in a garage. It happened in the demo files of a high-end 3D software company, thanks to a cha-cha motion file that was applied to a baby model by a curious customer. And the name of that customer, the man who first rendered and shared the bizarre file with the world, the man who accidentally lit the fuse, was none other than Ron Lucier. Thank you, everybody. Take care and have a good day.